Hello everyone, Zellerant here, and for today's video on Umamusume, we're going to be talking about the upcoming support card banner with Serious Symboli, the SR Guts card, as well as the SSR Stamina card, Nakayama Festa. So like all my videos when I'm kind of covering the support cards, we'll take a look at their stat sticks, as well as their skills, and whether or not it's going to be a card you might want to pull in relation to kind of everything around it, or if it's just going to be an outright skip, even if there's nothing around it, because there are a lot of support cards that don't provide a lot of value to you in this game, especially if you're not going to be spending any money. And so with that, we'll just go ahead and take a look at the Guts card first. Now, Guts cards are kind of in a unique position in that you're not really going to use them right now for Unity Cup, but going into Make a New Track, there are builds that will utilize Guts cards if you want to go the Guts build, because Guts provides speed, power, and Guts stats, and so it can be an opportunity to get very, very high stats with this build. So I really want to take a look at all the SR or all the Guts cards as they come up. We already know of one, the Admire Vega one that will be dropping alongside Make a New Track. That's a 15% race bonus one that's really, really good. So let's see how this one will kind of compare to that aspect and if it could fit into that deck. And so you have training effectiveness built into the unique effect, as well as speed. Speed's very important, especially when you go with the deck a Guts build, because you're going to derive a lot of your speed out of the Guts card. So you have initial speed as well as speed bonus, which is pretty nice. It has initial Guts and special priority. Special priority will be important because you're going to want them to actually land on Guts when you're doing those trainings with it. So okay there, but it has the big negative on it that I don't like to see, and that is it only has 5% race bonus. And we will be having a actual free SSR Guts card coming out with the next story event that actually has 10% race bonus and is pretty decent everywhere else on the stat sticks. That automatically is better than this one, and you can already pair that one alongside the Admire Vega card. So overall, nothing too crazy here, but at least it does have race bonus. So if for some reason you do end up picking copies of this, whether it's on this banner if you pull on it or future ones, it might have some potential there. It does have that 5% all the way at Limit Break 0, but, I mean, you're not going to want to use it at Limit Break 0. You're going to just be missing too much compared to other cards. When it comes to your skills here, we have Lone Wolf. Right now, I don't really use it too much because you're kind of scavenging for all the skill points you can get, and that one can be very easily canceled out by somebody else. And so that could be a little bit different, though, going into Make a New Track, because you'll have more skill points to work with, and I may end up picking that up more oftentimes I see it now. Wet conditions, good when it is the condition of the track warrants it. Prepared to pass medium core, so all kind of decent skills here. There's only 4 of them, but you have no hint levels here, so you're going to get them at they're going to get them at a premium if you do hit them on the hints. And nothing too good there. And then skills from events are nothing to talk home about. So overall, pretty bad Guts card. I really wouldn't take it now. But if you're pulling on this banner, you're not going to be pulling for the SR card. You're going to be pulling for the SSR card. So let's just take a look at what we got here. So with Nakayama Festa, she is a stamina card. And one of the things with stamina cards for me is I'm mostly going to be using them for mediums and long races. So the first thing I look for right off the bat is, does it come with a recovery? Because that's usually what you're going to need paired alongside your stamina card. And she doesn't have one. So that's one downside already. Now we will be taking a look at the gold skill she comes with, though, just to kind of see what that looks like. But first, let's look at how her stats work out here. So we have friendship training in the unique, as well as a Guts bonus. So she's okay on the friendship bonus. But not anything crazy. We have other cards that are better than that out there. She does have stamina bonus, so she can get stamina and Guts off there. Initial stamina. So okay on the stat stick there. And then you have training effectiveness. So I can say she's okay in that realm. But when it comes to the hints, she's a hint level 3 with 50%. I do like hint levels to always get cheaper discounted skills. But hint levels 3 is kind of an awkward spot because it doesn't max out that skill. So while it does give you a good discount, if you have a lot of potential hints within the support card, it's not going to help you remove them from that pool by maxing it out like another stamina card, the gold chip one, which with the buffs now gives hint level 4. So even though she has a ton of skills, you can slowly whittle them away as you get hints off her. This one has quite a few skills, and so you can hit each of them twice, meaning it's going to be pretty hard to get quite a few of them off of here. Well, that's kind of a downside right there, even though you will get nice discounts from it. Starts with some initial friendship, which means you'll get that friendship bonus a little bit quicker. But that's pretty much it on the stat stick here. Nothing too crazy, but not too bad either. Now, when we look at the hints, she is very tailored towards your late surger medium races. As you can see, everything here is for late surgers or medium. And they're okay skills here, but they're the white versions of them. So I believe Outer Swell, that's your Rising Dragon. I believe Flick Surge, is that on your left? Yeah, on your left. So she has the white versions of some of the decent gamble skills that you have for your late surgers, so you can get decent discounts there. But then when it comes down to your skills from events, you can see she has Umastan as well as All I've Got and the gold version of All I Got, Come What May, which is a big speed increase in the last spurt. So not too bad there. But when it comes to how this event chain works, in the third event is where all the skills are. But the negative is Umastan is conditioned that you have to choose the first option in the first event versus All I Got and Come What May, which requires you to pick the second option here. And so what that does means you cannot get both of these at the same time. So you already, that one, like Umastan's a really good skill to pick up, but if you're picking up this card, you're almost certainly going to be picking up for the gold skill, so you're not going to be able to get Umastan there. And then it is also a gamble, like we see a lot of other cards, where you may potentially just get the white version at a hint level 3 versus the gold. So that really, really sucks there. But I will say the gold skill is okay. And then you have that you can get the Hanshin or Nakayama Racecourse off of it. I mean, you have a lot of options for those as well, so nothing too crazy. And so overall, this card to me is a very, very easy skip. Even if you're a whale or heavier spender, I don't see this card getting used like at all. If you're a heavier spender, you should already have Super Creek. Right there's already a good one, really good stat stick, as well as a lot of other options we have. I'd take something like a Gold Ship stamina card over this one if you have MLB, because the hint levels are better. Even though she has a crap ton of hints, she's got a lot of good hints, and you immediately max the level on them, which you don't do here. Now, when it comes to upcoming banners as well, this is going to be, I mean, the biggest or the easiest way to say to skip it, though. I think for a majority of people, we've been saying it on all videos. I think all other content creators are saying it as well. Kiyosan Black comes in 2 weeks, or basically 2 banners. And yeah, if you don't have her MLB, you want to MLB her. And then seeing as that card is targeted towards late surgers, even if you have Kiyosan Black MLB and you love your late surgers, the better way to buff your late surgers, actually, if I switch this to all, is actually going to be, even after that, pulling for Meijiro Dober, who's going to come right after the Kiyosan Black banner. She's got a very good alt inherit for your late surgers that's going to provide way more value than that stamina card will ever, because it's basically like a Meijiro Ryan alt, but can activate in 6th and 5th place, with the only condition to it being that you don't get rushed. So really, really good there. So if you love your late searchers, don't worry about that support card. Just wait for Meijiro Dober. And that's pretty much it. There's nothing else too crazy around here, but continue to save those carrots. Just because even if you have 60,000 or even 90,000 burning a hole in your pocket, hold on to them. You have options, and support cards, it could take 600 pulls to MLB some top tier cards in the future. So just never feel like you have to be gambling at all times. I mean, continue saving, because there's a lot of strong cards in the future that you may want to be able to do 400 or even potentially 600 pulls. So yeah, easy skip. I don't know why I'm going all into that, telling people to skip a card that I think is fairly obvious, but that'll be pretty much it for now. And if you like my content, if you could like, comment, and subscribe, it really helps. And thanks for watching.